today's talk is basically for all those who have been calling me repeatedly to ask about opportunities in Africa. And it is very difficult for me to talk to each one of you one on one. Abhijit, you raised a hand. I have not even started the talk. Tell me, what is it which is troubling you? Okay, I was talking about why this talk. Why this talk? Because we have already done 2 or 3 talks on Africa opportunities. अगर आप वैल्यू टॉक के चैनल पे देखें तो आपको मिस्टर गिरनार के साथ एक टॉक करी थी हमने. आफ्टर दैट वी डिड इट विद कैप्टन अभिमन्यु सिंह. सो एंड आई हैव आल्सो बीन स्पीकिंग अबाउट opportunities in Africa. So a lot of people keep calling me and keep asking me about opportunities in Africa. And as a matter of fact, as I am talking to you right now, I am in Africa, right? So, and time out here is 8 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting my day with talking to you because I want you to know and I want you to be guided. Whatever is possible from my side, I will try to offload and you people sift and see what is applicable to you and what is not. So a warm welcome to you all for today's session. The world is changing rapidly. आपने देखा है कितनी सारे इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं. बहुत सारे पहले कोविड हुआ, उसके बाद और बहुत सारी चीजें हुई. यूक्रेन वॉर, दिस दैट. India itself is undergoing major changes, but so is Africa and so is the world. But opportunities in Africa are, on the rise because these are the markets where things are yet to be done. So it has kind of emerged as a place of untapped potential and boundless opportunities. Of चाहे आप bustling street of Lagos में हो या फिर आप markets of Accra में हो, you can see that there are things happening here. Dynamic growth, innovation, and plain simple infra development. So basically, when I say why we talk about Africa is because Africa is poised as a region of growth and innovation, and that is why not many countries are interested. They're looking towards Africa, including India. China has been looking towards Africa since long, very, very long. So, and all those people who have done UN mission, if they have done it recently, so they would have also noticed, though UN mission are generally in those countries which are undergoing some kind of turmoil, but if they have been keeping their eyes and ears open, then they would see there is a lot of opportunities, whether it is job opportunities or business opportunities. So, there are opportunities in infra domain, then there are in telecom, in banking, healthcare. Africa and especially West Africa has it all. I mean, East Africa also has Kenya, Tanzania. So whether you are an entrepreneur looking to do something or a professional seeking a new career, or simply someone who's intrigued by the prospects of Africa. So this talk is basically to give you a little overview of what is possible and what are those major sunrise sectors. वो कौन सी companies हैं these are not the companies. I mean, I don't know of any job opportunities there. But if you have to look towards Africa, then various companies जो कि आप research कर सकते हो जिनके बारे में and जिनमें मैं जानता हूँ कि they are open to Indian expats and especially Indian expats. It will make your tasks that much easier. So that is the background of why this talk. And only for job opportunities in Africa, I get around 10 calls on average every day, which I am not able to attend. Okay. And especially because right now there is a time difference. So calls जो हैं बड़े odd hours पे भी आते हैं. So we'll just run through a 3-4 slide presentation which I've made. It's not hardly a presentation. It's how much is which are the companies where you can look, and then we'll talk about other aspects. So it's going to be a very, very short talk, I suppose. So these are mainly the sectors: infra, telecom, renewable energy, healthcare and pharma, agriculture, mining, manufacturing. And besides this, IT industry is there, of course. And then you have a major business which is done in Africa is import exports. So there are a lot of things which are imported in Africa from all over the world, including India. So those are some things which already are being done, and they have been. But what is happening is that when I look around and see there are so many road construction going on, roads are being built, and then some other infrastructure is being built. Healthcare infrastructure is lacking. It's not what we have in our part of the world. Then and they have energy deficit, though they are some of the countries are oil producing nations, but still. So when infrastructure, when roads, etc., and a lot of infra is being built, the cement and all those industries, manufacturing industries also has potential. So they are not producing all the food, all the things which they consume. So agricultural and mining industries also assume importance. So I'll talk about. We'll take example of Nigeria. Nigeria is, basically it is one of the most populated African continent, and very densely populated, especially cities like Lagos and all. And it's rapidly growing population, urbanization. There is demand for improved infrastructure, roads, bridges, housing, transportation. So that is why this scope in infra development. Now, first I will just cover these and why these sectors only, and then we'll go through what are the companies which are there, so that you can, in your spare time, you can Google about them, and then we will talk about what are the challenges, etc., etc., in the question answer session. Then you have telecommunication and IT. So again, Nigeria has got one of the largest telecommunication markets in Africa, with very rapidly increasing internet penetration. It is a minimum two mobile market and a very tech savvy youth population. So the demand for IT services, the mobile apps, digital solutions, e-commerce is pretty high, and they are coming up with like what we have back in our country, Zomato and all those, Swiggy and all those apps. Now they're also coming up with their own apps, Jumia and whatnot. So what we have already seen is happening, or is not at that scale. So that is why I'm saying that the opportunities are there, and it's going to be there for some time. Though, of course, there are many geopolitical challenges, but keeping all that aside, the opportunities are there. So similarly, then you have renewable energy. Now, though Nigeria is one of the largest oil producing nation of the world, I think sixth largest, but still they don't have their own refinery. Their refinery is being built, and again in that refinery only there are so many Indians who are working with Dangote Group. Dangote is one of the major business houses in Nigeria, and there are huge number of Indians who work in the Dangote refinery project at all levels. So, renewable energy is solar energy and all those things. They have a lot of potential here, and it has got very good sunlight. So, that is one sector. Then, healthcare is again a very, very upcoming sector. Healthcare, there's very good demand of healthcare sector, and pharmaceutical companies have a very good business out here. So what are the companies? We'll just look at these companies, and thereafter we'll just come to, in the infrastructure development, we have Julius Berger in Nigeria. It is like our L&T. We also have presence of L&T. Then there in Kalpataru Group is also there. In it works in Ethiopia, it works in Ghana, it works in some of the other African countries, and it hires veterans. Why? That is what I feel it is more important to mention that. I had met people from L&T also. Then telecom infra companies, a whole lot of telecom infra companies are there, which were and which are at a very now doing huge business, and they were started by Indians. One was Concept Point Nigeria Limited, which was into started initially as passive infrastructure developers, and then is Terisupricon. Again, from a very small company, it grew up to be, it has grown to be one of the companies which has a pan Nigeria presence, and deals in all kind of, from energy, telecom, IT, all kind of domains. Then you have core telecom companies like MTN, their operators, MTN, Airtel, and Globacom. Again, Globacom and Airtel, they have large number of Indians. Then you have WICC, which is a again internet service provider. It's a multinational company, but I'm yet to see many expats in that. Then you have Contact Global, which again is into it's a business house. It is into a lot of things, including IT, telecom, and lottery, and all those things. In Contact Global also has Indians in this. Then the renewable energy section, you have solar energy, advanced power system, then blue camel energy, and some you can find out. I'm not very this thing, but confident about solar energy. This thing, but I believe Adani Group was also interested in finding in taking up some projects in Africa. So you can look at all those companies who are into this domain. Then healthcare, I said again, Dangote Group, Baker, Nigeria, and almost all. If you, though it may not be relevant to you, but it may be relevant to someone whom you know. So healthcare pharmaceutical has a very good scope in Africa. Then you have agriculture and agribusiness. Dangote again is into this. Then you have Olam. Olam is company started by Indian, and but it is, I think, registered in Singapore, and it has presence pan Africa and has a lot of Indians. Very good company and provides a lot of opportunities, including administration, security, and all. And I think presently also the head of administration and security in Olam is a short service commission officer. Earlier, it was a gunnery officer who is still here. And in fact, I am planning to invite him for a talk because he has had more than 20 years of Africa experience, and he would be one person who knows a lot, has very good contacts, and I would invite him for talk if you people would be interested in attending that. And then, of course, you have finance and banking. Besides bank, there is the last company which is there, Arise. I don't know whether I should put this company into this, categorize it to this company into finance and banking, because they are into developing special economic zones. And again, it was a partner of Olam only earlier, and now they have they are on their own. They have separated, and it is growing very rapidly. And I have seen a lot of hiring taking place in Arise also. So you can, once you see all this, you can Google these companies and find out whether it is of interest to you all or not. Manufacturing, I said, and Dangote Group is there. Dangote Group is in almost everything. They're into export, import, agriculture, they're into cement, they're into oil refinery. So then you have Nigerian bottling company, and then you have Africa Steels. Africa Steels also has, it's a manufacturing this thing, and they also have a lot of Indians in administration, security, and of course in the technical departments as well. Tourism, I have not seen many Indians, but yes, restaurant owners, those who are doing business. Job opportunities, I have not actually come across at senior levels. Junior levels, of course, there are a lot of Indians who are chefs and all in these hotels. Education and training is something which is coming up now. So it would be it will be more relevant to those who are thinking of launching something of their own. I mean, entrepreneurship. And of course, import and export opportunities are there. And there are a lot of opportunities for people who have some kind of who are into developing applications, software applications. Of course, it is not easy to get the business because you have to do your hard work. You will have to do the business development, meet people, but there is a whole lot of opportunities in software development, and the margins are very, very good. Now, instead of me talking about these opportunities in Africa and all, it is not a get rich quickly scheme. I mean, there are no easy money options. There are no free lunches. It's like any other workplace, and you have to do whatever your job is, and you have to do it well. But I have come across people who came here some years back and who have done phenomenally well. And the number of these people is not less, it is quite a good number. And Indian expats, especially, are doing very well out here. And I have a good circle over here. And I see them doing pretty well. So there are opportunities, and you should not shy away, explore. You don't like it, it is like increasing your knowledge. You should be aware that what are the opportunities, which are the sectors which are growing all over the world. So if you have not joined Value Talks channel or Career Coach channel, on YouTube, please do join. There is so much of information available in these channels, Value Talk YouTube channel and Career Coach YouTube channel, and besides that, on the Value Talk Google group, Value Network Google group, that you are only going to be benefited. Thank you. Thank you for the appreciation. Thank you so much for joining, and keep supporting Value Talks and keep spreading the word.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work